Coming up, we have your November 2022 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hi everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Real Broker, your local Las Vegas and Henderson Realtors, here today to bring you your November 2022 Las Vegas real estate market update from
Green Valley Ranch.
Absolutely, I love it around here.
Yeah, it's so peaceful.
It's one of the great things about Henderson is the city actually prides itself on having a park within 10 minutes.
10-minute walk.
10-minute walk of every.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
A mile.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know that myself. So within a mile of every community, there's a little park. So
or a big park.
Or a big park. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, we just came from a big park.
Yeah.
Because where we were going to record this first, it was too much. It was too busy in the park, which was great, right? There's people out playing basketball and kids playing soccer and
people
dogs.
People think of Las Vegas. They think of the Strip. They don't think about like
community and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So. Beautiful.
So anyway, we hope you enjoy this beautiful scenic background from a very mild November. It's one of the great things about living here, right? Like, yeah, in this right in the middle of the summer, it's very difficult to do these like outside.
Yeah.
But the rest of the year, it's great. So anyway, let's get into the numbers.
Do it. All right, so let's start with our single family homes. The median sales price last month was $440,000. That was down 2.2% from the previous month, and we're still up 7.3% from the same time last year. But we're expecting that's because we had such a massive 24% year-over-year gain that we're kind of chipping away at 2 to 3% every month. So coming up when we get to that in the next 3 months or so, I imagine we'll see that year-over-year appreciation kind of.
I mean, we've only got 2 months now, and I'm not sure we're going to be like decreasing. Like, well, it's a good point, right? Because
I do.
What, you think it's going to decrease a lot more?
No, I mean, I think we're going to cut into that 7%. I believe we'll see that go to zero by spring of next year. The year-over-year appreciation.
Oh, spring. Well, I guess
we'll find out.
We'll see, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in some of the numbers because I've got some kind of like follow-up points there.
Great. Okay. Looking forward to it, Stephen. There were 1,724 units sold last month. That's down 15% from the previous month and down 44% from the same time last year. We kind of knew this was coming because we looked at the pending sales. We saw pending sales were down. It is normal for this time of year, right? For things to slow down.
Yeah. I mean, October, November, December, January, and then inventory will spike right back up again as people start listing their homes.
Yeah, exactly. And the pending sales, which will give us a little sneak peek into what we'll be seeing next month, we're down 12% from this current month. So we're going to continue to see that demand kind of shrink. Like we were saying, we're getting into the holidays. People kind of put the brakes on right now. So expect to see a little bit more of that. Let's talk about new listings. There were 2,883 taken last month, down 14.6% from the previous month and down 19.1% from the same time last year.
Yeah, so inventory has not been, I've been telling you this every month now, like inventory has not been increasing month over month, right? And last month, and I'll give myself a pat on the back, I called it right? I said that I think like that last period was going to be the ceiling of inventory on the market, which I think was like 8,100 homes, and now we're at like 79.
Now we're at 7,900. It's down 2.6 from the previous month.
Did you mention, I'm sorry if you mentioned this, did you talk about the average sales price?
I didn't talk about average. We normally leave the average off, but let's.
But I think it's
it's an interesting one.
Yeah, it is an interesting because the average sales price increased.
Yeah, the average sales price was $547,000, up 3.3% from the previous month. And what usually causes the average to go up and the median not to? Would you say?
The higher priced homes.
Correct. Yeah. Yes, you got it.
Yes, passed. Wow, sweating on that one for a minute.
All right, and then our months of availability, which shows that if no new listings came on the market, how long the current buyer demand would eat through our inventory. And that is at 4.6 months, up about 15% from the previous month and up 329% from the same time last year. And that solidly puts us in, for the overall Las Vegas real estate market, into a seller's market.
Yeah, I mean, is it?
Overall.
Overall.
I would say overall, the majority of our offers on our team being written, we're asking for some kind of seller concessions.
I would 100% agree with that. Yeah, that's a very small pool, right? But if we're looking at months of inventory, 6 months statistically, right, is a balanced balanced market. So I think we're just kind of like creeping into it. But the reason I'm saying that is because I have multiple clients right now that I'm shopping for homes for, and the homes aren't on the market. Like, people think that there's like it's a seller's market, or because we're throwing this terminology around, and it's like a blanket statement.
Yeah.
But it's not, right? It's like some areas. In fact, I made some notes.
Love it when you
can I tell you
get them out.
a couple of notes that I made in researching this, because I thought this was quite interesting. I've forgotten how many notes I made, so I've got some good stuff here. But just to keep it relevant, right? So, and try and tie a couple of things in at once. There's been one community that I've been banging on about it being a buyer's market in the northwest of town.
Yeah. Sky Canyon, which I love. It's beautiful.
Yep, absolutely. Me too.
Yeah.
And I've been telling anyone that's watching the YouTube channel, right? Like it's up right there. It's a buyer's market in there right now. Amazing deals to be had.
Yeah.
Well, just as an example for you, between January and May in Sky Canyon, there were 28 sales.
Okay.
In October alone, last month, there were 20 sales. The sales in Sky Canyon have been increasing every single month now for the last 3 months.
Wow. But it's still a buyer's market?
It's 5 months of inventory right now.
Oh, okay, so people have caught on.
It's chopped in half.
Yeah, wow. But wow.
So,
yeah,
I don't know if it's, there's
everybody
people that are
buy,
watching our channel and not calling. Yeah, exactly.
Guys, come on.
I know. So, anyway, I hope if someone's out there did that, I hope you got some great value from that. So, I'm going to give you guys my next, crystal ball insight into where you need to be buying if you want the best possible value right now in the market. So, Kristen, where do you think it is? Community.
Oh, where there's a lot of inventory?
In the same sort of...
Mountain's Edge?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Mountain's
wow.
Edge. Yeah, well done.
He didn't tell me that.
Yeah, good job. So Mountain's Edge has got 11 months of inventory right now, and sales have been decreasing there every month. And actually the majority of communities around town, sales have been decreasing each month. But there have been a couple that have, 3 in total that have been increasing. Sky Canyon, one of them.
Okay.
The lakes.
Oh, interesting. The lakes is beautiful. I think a lot of people, if you're getting priced out of Summerlin, the lakes is a nice one to take a look at.
Yeah, you're absolutely for proximity, wise and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And Southern Highlands.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Southern Highlands have been increasing every single month,
sales,
and
more sales.
And just one other thing that I would like to point out is, because there's a lot of doomsdayers out there. People just believe what they read or what they hear, in the media, and sometimes either that's not correct, or it's like Chinese whispers, and the interpretation of it is being lost down the road, right, and the market's not crashing, right? I say this I've been saying this for a long time. It's all predicated on amount of inventory, right. That's it, right? That's really the only the one
and demand
factor. Yeah, right. Because but
they've got to balance the demand and the inventory.
But if the inventory just keeps growing, then the demand's not there, right? Keeping up with it. So you're right. It is supply and demand, right? But in terms of just getting dialed into the data and being able to have a good understanding of one metric, I think that's it. Look at the amount of inventory, and then let's go compare that against the last 8, 10, 12 years and see if there's any similarities. And basically I can tell you that at this time in 2019, now forget 21 and 2020 because of the pandemic, it's like a write-off, everything, all the data's skewed. But 2019, this is the best similarity that we've got in terms of data to kind of analyze where we might be going in the future. And we've only actually got 10% more homes on the market right now in October or November than we did last year in 2019.
In 2019.
In 2019,
Okay,
which
so
isn't it's not a huge amount.
And we'll see where we continue to go. I mean, with listings down 15%, 20% in that range, maybe that will just continue to stabilize, and we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, I mean, my prediction, just purely from looking at the data, is inventory is going to be decreasing for the next 2 to 3 months, and I think at that same time in that next 2 to 3 months, the people are in a very weird place right now because there's a lot of uncertainty in certain things, and they just, people don't know what to happen, right? But in 2 to 3 months, I think like the dust will have settled on a few things. We'll have a better picture on interest rates, right? Like nobody just wants to jump in the market and pay the highest interest rate, unless you have to buy a house, right? No one wants to do that. So there's a lot of people sitting on the fence, waiting to see, what happens. Now, come January and February, if the inventory spikes way more than it has done in previous years, and the interest rates are the same as where they're at right now, I think we're in for a totally different market.
All right, let's take a look at our condo and townhome statistics. The median sales price last month was $266,000. That was down 1.5% from the previous month, still up 12.7% from the same time last year, following very similar statistics as the single family. There were 468 sales last month, down 10.7% from the previous month, and down 41.9% from the same time last year. New listings, very similar to single family market. Those were down 9% from the previous month and down 21% from the same time last year. So again, new listings down. Let's see, is that affecting inventory? All right, the pending sales for condo and townhomes is down very similar to single family, down 11%. So we are going to continue to see the number of units sold decrease next month again. There were 1,775 units available for sale. That's down 4% from the previous month. So again, we're seeing fewer new listings come on, and that is having an effect of decreasing the inventory. And there were 3.8 months of inventory for condos and townhomes. That's up 7.5% from the previous month. Still lower than single family, which makes sense because it's more affordable overall. So there's more demand for that right now. So, yes.
Good, the end.
The end.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for that, Kristen. What did you learn in real estate this month?
Oh, I did learn something very interesting. I took a probate class. I learned a lot. And that you guys, you do not want to go through probate. Make sure that you speak to an estate planning attorney.
What was tell everyone the simple tip?
Yeah, I'm going to tell them the tip.
Yeah.
But first of all, you don't want to go through probate. Yeah. But the simplest tip, so you really should put your property in a trust, all of your assets in a trust. Easiest way. Even if
What's probate? If for someone that doesn't know.
Probate is even if you when you die, even if you have a will, all of your assets need to go through. Probate is the way in which all of your assets are distributed after you die. So even if you have a will and you say like everything's going to Steve, everything will still need to go through probate in order to go through Steve. And how that affects you if you have a house is it's a very long, lengthy process. You don't necessarily, depending on how it is, you don't necessarily get control of the real estate agent you pick. I had a client actually, he reached out to me because he saw the video that I did on Instagram about this. He said they just went through probate after his mother-in-law died. He said it's terrible. They finally got the house on the market like 30 days ago. They missed the entire crazy market. It took them like over 6 months to get the house even on the market. So they've lost like tens and tens of thousands of dollars. We
saw one in our community, and the photography and stuff was
I know, and these
horrible.
Agents, they don't put any effort. They go in there with their phones and click. They're not like the most skilled agents out there. They're not the Thomas Group. But
now we're going to get sued.
But anyway, so the easiest way for you, if you're overwhelmed by like what's a trust and blah, 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 the easiest way if you live in Nevada that you can avoid probate is Nevada has a special deed called the transfer upon death deed. You can Google this, download it, fill it out, get it notarized, and then take it into the Clark County recorder and record it. It's $50 or $45, I think. and then your property, basically this deed will go into effect after you die. So I can say in that deed, transfer upon death, I want my house to go to Steve. It just goes to Steve. Right when I die, transfers over. Easy peasy. And I think if more people knew about that, you can do that.
100%.
That's a lot less overwhelming than figuring out a trust.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed thinking about trust.
I know, and there's so much terminology that it's like, it sounds scary and
Yeah.
quite, no one wants to plan for when they die. I mean, we're not looking for, you're not generally looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But we have to know that the one inevitable truth for all of us is that we're going.
Yeah.
All right, but we don't know when. So yeah, I think that's a great tip.
Yeah.
To bring up.
What's yours?
Mine's not so much about like real estate itself, but it's more about the viewers. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much to everybody that watches our channel and subscribes to our channel. When Kristen and I started this, we had no idea that anyone would even like watching us, let alone subscribe to our channel, and for it to really change our whole business. Because 80% of our business comes from you guys that are out there now, living in town or elsewhere, wondering what it's like, living here and stuff. And so very, very thankful for you. But you just don't know who's out there, right? And we're going to be listing one of the most incredible, spectacular properties in Henderson coming in the beginning of the year. This is all from somebody that was watching our channel, that likes what we do, and a conversation rolled into another step. So it's amazing. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that watches, that contacts us, that supports us. We couldn't do this without you.
Yeah.
We hope that we bring a lot of value to you whenever we can. And I just want to end on a shout out. And this will be maybe a little competition to see who's our oldest viewer out there. So how old do you think our oldest fan and viewer is?
Oh, I don't know. Who watches YouTube? Maybe I would say 70.
So I'm going to give a shout out to Lynn.
Okay.
92.
What?
Lynn. She's living here now, here in town, and she is a big LeBron James fan.
Aww,
so
awesome.
shout out to you, Lynn, and thank you for watching us, and thank you everyone for watching us. If you have any questions about the market, let us know in the comments. We'll do our best to respond to each and every one of you. If you have questions about buying or selling, moving here in town, investment properties, whatever it may be, we would love to help. You can find all of our information on the thomasgrouplv.com, and we will look forward to seeing you next month. But for now, have a very happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you soon.